Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is the Growth Room with Mark Onoja. And today we are going to do a discussion on what you should focus on as a business owner in the year 2026. Then, after this, I will take some calls. So, let's get started. So now, as a business owner, meaning you do entrepreneurship, means that you create a form of a product or a service and you exchange it for profit, and at the end of the day you are being paid. That is basically what you do. So whether you're doing this as a full-time or you're doing this as a part-time, now this is what you need to focus on. So three things you should focus on. The next time I come on air, I'm going to share the remaining three things. So the first thing you should focus on as a business owner in the year 2026 is getting and keeping high valued customer. So let me repeat myself. You need to focus on getting and keeping high valued customer. The foundational part and the core part of your business is actually getting customers and keeping them. But here is what I said: high valued customer. Now, in the world we're finding ourselves right now, the world we're going to right now, there is a lot of competition out there. Most times, everything you do, you find 1,001 person out there that can do the same thing like you, and sometimes even better than you. So one of the things you need to learn how to do as a business owner, and you need to put a priority on that and a tab on that in the year 2026, is that you need to focus on getting and keeping high valued customer. So how do you basically get customer? We get customers through marketing, right? And through selling. Now, marketing and selling basically just have to do with you share your stories and you share your value proposition. Your story is about how you have helped other customers to achieve results, and your value proposition, which has to do with sharing why you are the best option. Usually, I say why you are the best thing after sliced bread. Right? I like sliced bread. So, why you are the best thing after sliced bread, and you share your stories as regards to why people should buy into you and what you have helped other persons or other businesses to achieve. So your focus is how do we get good customers, high value customers, and then keep them. Now, when it comes to keeping customers, one of the things you just need to understand is that human beings are relational beings. We are relational beings, means we are emotional beings. We make decision emotionally, and we use logic to validate the reason, to validate why we made that decision. So if you need to keep customer, it's like a male and female entering into a relationship. For most times, men, we are like hunters. So once we get a girl, we start thinking about the next thing, not necessarily the next girl, but we start thinking about the next thing to do with our life. But for a lady, once a lady say yes to a guy, that is where everything starts, right? I'm not a relationship expert, but at least I know a bit of us, and I'm married. So when it comes to dealing with customers, so you just need to understand that once a customer says yes to you, a normal proper business owner will start thinking, let me go and hunt for the next customer. But for the customer, the relationship just started there. So you need to have a open and close relationship with your customer. As your business grows, you alone, you can't manage beyond 100 to 200 customers. In fact, sometimes 50 customers, right? So what you need to do is that you need to start deploying systems in place to ensure that these customers are being managed. I'll talk about it the next time I come out, how you can bring in some tools into your business. And of course, you then get people where you train them using your processes of managing customers. Keep up tight relationship with them, celebrate them, keep a form of uh, open communications with them, just to ensure that you develop good relationship with them. Why? Because I valued customers are friends and family that need the same kind of products and services as them, and they will refer you, right? So referral is a very good way of marketing, because it shows that you have done well. That's where you're referred. So number one is you need to be able to get and keep high valued customer. Now, the second thing you need to focus on in the year 2026 as a business owner is that you need to focus on having a sustainable and an efficient business model. Let me repeat myself. You need to focus on having a sustainable and an efficient business model. So, what is a business model? A business model does define how you create value, deliver value, and capture value. So, when it comes to this, what's called business model, it just basically talks about your entire operations as a business, how you do what you do, how you create your products and services, how you deliver your products and services, either through project or through operation or through production or through logistics, how you attract value, means how you get paid, how you get the best of staff, how you manage your staff. So all of those things you need to be able to focus on having a efficient and sustainable business model. So let's start with the word called efficient business model. So your business model has to be efficient. So it means that every day I come to you, I should know the kind of result I'm going to be getting from you. And that result has to be predictable and repeatable, right? So that is being efficient. You're predictable and you're repeatable, and you deliver results. So when somebody is efficient, the person delivers results. So customers pay for results. People pay for value. People don't just transfer money to you because of they just love your face or they just like your face, right? People pay for things. So organization pay for what deliver results to them. And you need to build your business model to deliver results to customers over and over again. When you don't deliver results, you lose stuff. You lose clients, of course. Myself, I've gotten my hands burnt, right? So, but of course, when you lose customer, one of the things you do is that I'll talk about it this year. We'll talk about failure, right? I promised Victor that I was going to talk about failure one day. So we'll talk about failure in business, right? Let's talk about failure a bit in business, maybe March. So, but when you fail in business, you need to sit down and relook at your business model and say, my business model, is it designed to actually deliver value to these customers? If not, how do we retweak and how do we reject our business model? Next, it has to be sustainable. So your business model has to be sustainable in such a way that every time we come to you, we can get the specific kind of results that we paid for. So it's not that today you are baking cake, today the cake is good, tomorrow the cake is not good. You print today, the printing is good, next tomorrow the printing is not good, the other day the printing is good. So it's like you're not stable, and people don't really want to do with stuff that are not stable. I love banks a lot, right? Even though some banks I won't call names but I love banks a lot because every time you go to the bank app opens, yeah, hypothetically, right? We're getting there, but every time you go there, the bank app really opens. Why? Because it's stable, right, and predictable, right? And God also too is stable and predictable. You pray, God hears you, right? So the second thing is that you need to focus on creating a business model that is predictable and repeatable. So you do that over and over. They have been doing this for a lot of the customers that we're working in on. I think there's even one we're trying to reject its entire system just to ensure that its result is predictable and repeatable. I do that for a lot of our customers. And the third thing you need to focus on as a business owner in the year 2026 is that you need to create systems and systems that replaces you, right? So third thing, systems that replaces you. So it's very important you need to start learning how to replace yourself in your business. Okay. Right? You love that business, you love that product, you stayed late in the night, you came up with it, you are being called the founder, you raised the capital, you did a lot of stuff. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Your business is not designed to be built 100% around you, right? It can be built based on your key strength, yeah, for now, but your business is not designed to, your organization, let me use this word organization because there's some persons that will be listening to me that you are running an NGO, a church or stuff. Your organization is not designed to work around you. It's designed to work based on your strength, your grace, and no. But you need to start building your business in such a way that your business and your organization can be replaced, right? You can be replaced inside. So the more you are not needed within your organization, the more your organization can grow. So, and the best way to do that for a startup and a small business, I'm not talking about large corporate, right? For a startup and a small business, is that you need to start building two things. You need to build a process and you need to build people. So, every workable system you see is a combination of processes and people. Now, one of the things, let me talk a bit about politics because next year is election, and I know they already talk about election. One of the things we fail in Africa is that we're trying to look for a messiah, and we're trying to build the continent of Africa on people, not on processes that are predictable and processes that are sustainable, right? So that is why most times we blame our leaders. We don't have working systems in the country, right? So let's move forward from there before I start shooting bullets to some parties. All right. So you need to have a working system in your business and you need to have people that can work that system. So this year, you need to focus on building processes. So you need to look at your business. My marketing, how do I have a marketing process? How do I have a communication process? How do I have an admin process? how do I have a production process, an operation process, a human resource process, a financial management process. As you start having all of these processes, you then need to get people. You're going to design a job description for them, design KPIs for them, and ensure that they fit into that role and they man each of these processes for you. When you do that, you have a workable system. So three things you should focus on. You should focus on number one, getting and keeping high valued customer. Number two, you should focus on building a sustainable and efficient business model. And number three, which I'm also going to talk about more, as questions, as we're waiting for questions, callers to call in, is that you need to focus on having systems in your business. And this systems talks about processes and people. Now, so this is usually the live show where I take calls, right? If you have any challenge as regards to your business, you basically can call in, and of course I can help you with one or two advice. And of course, if we're not done here, we can chat on WhatsApp. All right, so the number to call is 091 36 000 410. So the number to call again is 091 36 000 410. So if you have any question as regards to what I've shared today, or of course you have any issue as regards to your business, like I said, I have over a decade experience. I started working actually from 2007 when I was in school. So I have over a decade experience for working with startup and small businesses. So I know literally everything when it comes to running a startup or a small business. So of course I could share with you one or two wisdom to help you with your business. So the number to call again is 091 36 000 410. So you could basically call in, just share where you are, and I would take your questions and of course give you specific answers. So back to the third one. Do I have a call? Okay, fine. So while we're waiting for any call to come in, so based on the third one I said, I think I need to repeat that. So I said the third thing you need to focus on is to have systems in your business, and systems that replaces you. And when it comes to having systems in your business, you need to have two things: processes and people, right? So a process talks about steps, talks about how things are be done within your business. So what are the specific things that you do that deliver the specific kind of result for you in your business? Either the results you need internally or the results that you sell out, right? So the internal result we need or the external result that we get to sell out. So your processes just talks about steps on how you do things, right? And I usually advise people, I normally call it the rule of 5, right? For every process within your business, it should not be more than 5 steps, right? Because people can easily remember 5 things, right? It's easy to remember 5. So 3, 4, 5. 7 is a little getting long. So your processes should not be that cumbersome, right? So, or you broke it down or you chunk them, right? So you should have a process. And when you have processes, it's simple. Then you then have people. So the people's job descriptions, the people's KPI. I think there's a particular client that we help with accounting services, and I called her yesterday, and she was like, I think she should be listening, Dr. Elizabeth from Dream Savers eye clinic, and she told me that she's busy, blah blah blah, she was somewhere, and I was like, wow, okay. So some of these things you're doing right now, I think your EA should be doing it for you. So one of the things I just did is I just looked at the process, and we came up with like a job description and KPI for her, and I sent her to her like, okay, discuss this with your PA so that there's a process in place so that your PA understands how you work, your function and your operations work, and you guys can basically grow business better. So that is what to do. So the number to call is 091 36 000 410. So the number to call again is 091 36 000 410. So basically get to call in. This is the growth room with Mark Onoja. If you're just joining in, good to have you here. We'll be talking about 3 things you need to focus on. Actually, 6 things you need to focus on as a startup and a small business in the year 2026. Now, we talked about 3 things today. I will talk about 3 things on the next Tuesday. I come 4th Tuesday of the month. And today we've spoken about, the first thing we talked about is that you need to learn how to get and keep high valued customer. Now, I put in the tab on the word high valued customer because if you have high valued customer, of course, you'll grow your business better, you'll be paid better, and of course, getting and keeping customers to do with the whole marketing part and of course, customer management. And the next part, do you have a call? All right. Okay, today is a good day. All right. So, okay. And the next thing basically we'll get to do as business owner in the year 2026 is to have a business model. So it's to design and develop a business model that is sustainable and efficient. So sustainable business model has to do with something that every day we come to you, we know that your result is predictable and repeatable, right? So it's not that we come today, what you do for us today and what you do for us tomorrow is different, right? Then thirdly, efficient part talks about your business deliver results. So it's very, very important to deliver results in where we're finding ourselves. So because the world we're entering into with the coming of AI, a lot of persons are now seeing opportunity in business. People are now having more free time to do other stuff. So more people are going to be entering into your space, right, to do stuff. So formally, everybody works 9 to 5, Mondays to Friday, or sometimes Monday to Saturday. But right now, some people do hybrid role. They just work like 2 or 3 days every week. They can take up a business that can be doing so. You're already now getting more competitors, right? And the internet has opened a lot of markets. So you need to ensure that you are very efficient because people will always have options, right? And thirdly, you need to build systems into your business. So when it comes to building systems into your business, is that you need to ensure that you have processes and you have people. Processes and people. So processes talks about step by step how you do things. Very important. You must have a step by step methodology on how you do things. Everything in your business has to have a step on how it is done. Now you can even go forward, which I usually advise for people, for you to document your process. And when you document your process, what comes out is the word called an SOP. I'll show you on the SOP. So we just have I think we have like 7 minutes to the end of the program. If you are still thinking about calling, you can still call. So the number to call is 09136000410. So the number to call again is 09136000410. So you can basically call or send a text message, and will respond to you. So like I said, you need to have a process. And when you're having a process, you need to also document the process. Now, that documentation of the process is not easy. Trust me, it's very difficult. I will be very sincere with you, because creating an SOP is not easy. For fact, most times, organizations outsource it to us to do. Just go and document our processes for us. But one of the things it does is that it helps you think through your business, and it gives you a document you can easily train your staff. It gives you a document so that your business can really operate automatedly, right? So you need to have an SOP. So you need to turn your process has to have an SOP that backs it, step by step how you do stuff, and it is documented. Then you need to have people that work for you, or people that work these processes. I admire solopreneurs. I admire one-man business owner. But the whole idea about a company is not one. Yeah, registered as a company. Company is not one. One is not a company, right? One is not a company, right? Company is more than two, right? So I once went for an interview. Do I have a call?
Yep.
Good. Hi, good morning. Yeah, good morning. Can you keep the volume of your radio set down? Yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, you can just take it down all the way. Just go down very well. Down all the way. Okay, fine, you can talk. Good morning. What's your name?
I'm Benedict.
Hi, nice to meet you, Benedict.
Yeah. Calling from Alagbado Kola.
Okay, nice to meet you, Benedict.
Yeah. I heard what you say concerning how to make business in part 2020.
Yeah,
So I was really happy about that. But another thing is this,
yes.
in a business, because we Igbo, I'm from Igbo, we Igbo, there's what we call serving. Once you finish serving, they will got you settled. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
So
understand.
once they settle you, you have to move out from
Okay.
where your boss is.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? So you have to go and hustle on your own. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So meanwhile, now your boss customer, you don't have any access. If anytime is easy, it become issue. You understand?
I understand.
So what you have to do is this. If time we are there, we know the price that our boss gives us in market. You understand? So if you say like 5,000 naira, we now need to put 500 naira in order to get attention of that customer. You understand? So and it depends on how you are dealing with that customer when you are still serving. And you can be able to come and be coming to your own side. You understand?
Okay.
Although I have been in business for like 4 years now, I thank God. It hasn't been easy.
Business is not easy normally now.
Business of a thing, it has to form, not the only one. I know what I passed on it, although I'm into papers, trust papers. But it has, we know what we pass through, but we never give up because the big good things doesn't come easy.
Yeah, true. True.
But if you know the process, some people used to give up and find other means to do it.
All right.
But once you know what you are doing in business, it's giving you joy and it go more harder.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling, Benedict. It's good to hear from you. All right. So one of the things I usually encourage is before people get to start business, I usually encourage it. I don't encourage people to leave school, university, and serve and go head on and start business straight, or except God tells you that, right? I say encourage people to still serve, right? Either it's faithful in another man's own, God is going to give him his own. So I encourage people to serve, right? Serve where and live, and doors will open for you. So I encourage that serving stuff. So I love that Igbo's system of I've forgotten the name they call it, but it's a good system where they develop people to be entrepreneurs by serving. I think it's between 5 to 7 years of serving. Yeah. So we have now come to the end of the show. The next time I come, I'm going to share on the 3 other reasons, the 3 other areas you should focus on as a business owner in the year 2027. So if you're looking at starting or growing your business, one of the things I do call is that I help people create structures in their business, and I help people also structure their finances. So I help you structure your business and come up with financial systems so that you can actually grow your business and meet your objective as an entrepreneur. Your business is a tool for you to meet your life's objective. So I help you to have a structured business, means you can actually travel and your business is working. We've done that for a lot of customers. And to make more money for your business, we have taken customers to like 400, 500% within the space of 2-3 years, right? So I do that very well. So if you want us to work together, send me a message on WhatsApp. The number to send the message to is 081 6986 1467. I repeat again, the number to send a message to on WhatsApp, please send a message on WhatsApp. It's 081 6986 1467. Thank you for joining today's show. This is the Growth Room with Mark Onoja. See you. Bye-bye.